Hi guys, I wanted to do a week 1 update on my temperature blanket. Again, I am doing this in crochet over 340 chains, and I'm just basically doing single crochet with a double crochet border in white, and then white being used in between each of the months in single crochet, and then I'll be crocheting all the way around. So that's just a tidbit, but I wanted to show, before I show you how it kind of looks, I wanted to just say at the end of this video, end of this little section here, there will be a video of me actually crocheting my week 7 row, or day 7 row. So if you want to watch that, I sped it up for you guys and put some music to it because it takes me about 20 minutes to crochet a row, and I was not going to leave it as full 20 minutes. So if you want to just see me doing that, it's not a tutorial kind of one, it's just me doing my row. So I'm not like going to be talking about how to do crochet. I'm not going to be like zoomed in totally close, but I hope you check it out because it could be kind of fun to motivate you to get your row done if you haven't already for for day 7. But again, this is what it looks like for those that may not want to watch that part. We've got our rows on there, and so far our gray and our purple seems to it's kind of all even because our light purple is like between 20 and 29 degrees that I assigned it to. The gray is for below 20 degrees, and the purple is between like 30 and 39. So we're kind of been staying in those 3 color ranges for the first week, which I thought was kind of cool. And it's pretty long. I will do updates probably weekly so that you guys can actually see how mine progresses each week. And at some point I will lay it on my bed and do a video or a picture of it on my bed so you can see, because that's where eventually it's going to go. So that we can kind of see how it's working on my bed. It should hang off the sides just a little bit, and then it should be around 7 feet long. But enough about my blanket. I wanted to share some things that I've learned this past week. Now, first of all, I do have a group for temperature blanket making or scarves, and I'll have the link down below in the description if you'd like to join or just check us out and see. Now, you do not have to do a temperature blanket this year, but if you want to or are kind of thinking about it in the future, it might be a really cool idea to join this group and get a feel of what everybody's doing, because we have people doing it in loom knitting, crochet, and regular knitting. So that'll be fun for you to kind of learn and see what people are doing it in, so that when you want to do your blanket, you'll have a little bit more information behind you and it might be a little easier for you. A lot of people this week are working on their design. They're picking out their colors. They maybe not have started actually making it because they're determining their stitches and all that. That's what's going to be great. Your first week, I would say week to week, 1 week to 2 week in, is a lot of planning, a lot of figuring out what you exactly want to do if you haven't planned already. So keep track of your temperatures. If you need to, there are websites, I believe, that you can use to go back and check temperatures. So don't feel like you have to can't start it because you don't know the temperature. I believe there's things out there that will help you get to that information. And I know we've shared a couple of them in the group already. So start it whenever you want. You could choose to do it in February and start in February and go February to February. It's really up to you. You could choose to do a 6-month blanket instead. You can choose to do a scarf instead. One person, I believe in the group at least, is doing squares for each day because she doesn't want to tie up her Afghan loom for the whole year. So she's just going to do little squares each day and then sew them together to represent the whole year. So that's an idea for anybody that doesn't want the challenge of tying up a loom for a whole year to make a blanket. But this is a very fun process. I keep a tote next to me right by my couch, labeled temperature blanket. All my colors are in there. You'll kind of be able to tell that when you see me crochet my row, and it makes it where I'm accountable every day to do it. I also have my chart over here so that I can keep track to make sure I don't have to go looking for it, and I have a little calendar right next to me so I can write the temperature down. I do mine every day at noon. Some people are choosing the high and the low of the day. It's clearly up to you. I would recommend still, as I keep mentioning, to do a swatch in the stitches you want to do. Maybe do 7 days worth. See how many inches you get, times that by 52 weeks, and see if that's going to be an okay size blanket for you. Will it be too big? You need to change your stitches, all that good stuff. So we're learning about that in the group. So if you join the group, there will be information of maybe what's the best stitch to do for loom knitting, what's good for when you're knitting, what's good for when you're crocheting. And a lot of people might have different ideas. So even if you join the group just to kind of hover and get your ideas for yours, and you maybe don't start it for a year, that's totally fine. So that's kind of what I've learned. And I know you're probably wondering why there's a stuffed animal behind me. My daughter got me this for my 40th birthday. His name's Snugs. He's always up on the couch, and he's really soft and cuddly. So I just thought it was funny to leave him in the video. But again, at the end of this video, you'll see me do my full day 7 row. So my week 1 is complete. And I'm probably going to try to do weekly updates to motivate me and to keep me on track to actually get my work done. So It may seem a little strange, but again, I think I'll do weekly updates. I think that's the best thing for me, and hopefully keeps motivating you guys. And I'll kind of share this. What am I learning that week? What was the challenge that week? Just little quick videos. They won't probably be as long as this one. I'm not always going to show me crocheting a row. I just thought it'd be good for the week 1 to do it. I just more or less want to pop on here, maybe on a weekly, on the weekly basis, and show how much progress I've had, and show you kind of any challenges I had. My challenge this week was not, and you'll see in the row I do, is I kept messing up my stitches. My yarn was fraying a little bit, so it was kind of, I wasn't working, it was kind of making me a little annoyed because I'd have to backtrack and redo. So that's a challenge this week, and it takes me about 20 minutes to do a row, I found out. So it's like, I don't want to save all these to one day on the weekend and have to do an hour's worth of work, whatever. I want to just do them each day because it's a smaller chunk to do. So you'll find that out in the group. And I figure weekly updates are good for those that maybe don't want to join the group at all, but yet want to see my progress. I'll have a playlist I started already on my YouTube channel called Temperature Blanket 2019, and all videos that I've done will be on that list. I'll try to have them in order that I've done them, so that way if you're looking for a particular week update, you'll be able to find it easier. But that's it. That's what we kind of learned this week about planning. It's really important to plan. We're learning just to have fun as well. So if you want to, go ahead and join the group. The link is in the description. Oh, I forgot to share something. Dang it. Okay, this happens to me all the time. I forget. One of the things I did this past week, and I shared it in the group too, which was a cute idea, is I made a miniature version of my temperature colors going from the coldest to the hottest, and did a little border on it. It's wonky. This side's all wonky. I'm not worried about that. And I'm going to take this mini blanket, and once my blanket gets wide enough, like as you see right now, it's, excuse me, I find a section here. Once my blanket gets wide enough, I'm going to attach it in a corner and sew it onto the blanket. And then that way, years from now, I'll be able to know what order they went in and everything, so that I can be like, oh wow, we had a lot that was up towards the higher, hotter weather, and oh, look how many we had towards the colder weather. So this will be a great way, like a cheat sheet for you in the years to come, of what the color ranges were. So this might be an idea to do as well. Subscribe button and the bell icon if you want to be notified of more videos that I do on this channel. I do have others planned. It's not just going to be all about the temperature blanket this year. I've got a few different things I'm working on, and my goal is to hopefully have a little more videos up this year. So please make sure you hit the subscribe so that you can be notified, and give this video a thumbs up if you're really curious about the process of making a temperature blanket. And have a great day, everyone. Alright, let me get my day 7 row on. You can see what I've got so far. Again, this is my white border that I decided to do so my colors don't start till in there. And let's get going.